without any laws. Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Pastor Ranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again.
Alright, breaking. If you really watch most of the things where NNAMDI KANU don't talk before, you go see saying the truth, and most of them don't they come to pass. I go want me you watch the moment when NNAMDI KANU they talk a lot. Where we saying if you really check them now, you go see say most of all those things have come to pass and it's still coming to pass. And watch the moment when a barrister, when a lawyer, they react concerning how they take carry NNAMDI KANU to Sokoto. I want you to watch this video and drop your own opinion for this video.
Can you imagine Fulani people telling you if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest? Imagine Fulani telling you if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Anybody who knows who I am knows I speak the truth always, and I damn the consequences. Because nothing will happen. Let heaven fall. You were campaigning for Buhari. You were warned. You are digging your grave. You did not listen. You did not listen. Now they have gone to Yoruba land. They want to take over Yoruba land with terrorists. And then they face Eastern Security Network with the army. That's what they want to do. It's a very simple game plan. What they have done, they have bribed every media house in the world, has gotten nothing less than $50 million. Suppress the news with the help of Britain, so they can come and kill us. So you don't know that? That's what they want to do. They want to reduce world population. And the more black people dies in Africa, the better for them. Don't you understand? Are you people that stupid you cannot reason? They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. A whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason. You don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. This governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who...
But right now, what we are faced with, or what everybody should be concerned about, is the post-judgment regime. NNAMDI Kanu still retains his constitutional right to fair hearing under Section 36 of the Constitution. That constitutional right is going to be expressed before the Court of Appeal. Or perhaps there could be some post-judgment maneuvers that could be made before the High Court. But for now, it is well known to the whole world and to the court, the High Court, and to everybody else who is a stakeholder in this case, that NNAMDI Kanu has no legal counsel. So as I speak, he still represents himself. But see, after the sentencing, I was surprised, and I think everybody else who was monitoring this case was surprised that he was plucked from Abuja and taken all the way to Sokoto, which is in the northernmost part of northwest Nigeria. So you begin to ask, how can he effectively prosecute his appeal, or even take the initial steps towards initiating his appeal? Initiating an appeal is not an easy thing to do. He has to file a notice of appeal, he has to request for the transcripts of the record of proceedings before the High Court, pay for them, review them, and do all sorts of things, all sorts of activities that will now play out before the Court of Appeal. And these things require his personal, physical presence to get these things accomplished, unless he hires a lawyer. And up to this point, he hasn't indicated that he's going to hire any lawyer, or he has not made known to anybody that he has hired any lawyer. So you begin to wonder whether he will be able to prosecute this appeal from his prison location in Sokoto. The Sokoto division of the Court of Appeal doesn't have jurisdiction over this case. It's the Abuja division. So putting him in Sokoto, I know it's true. It is not the fault of the judge. It is the fault of the executive branch. Once someone is sentenced, it becomes the property of the executive branch, in particular the correctional service. So that decision to put him in Sokoto perhaps did not take into account these concerns that I'm expressing. It is very insensitive to his rights. Prisoners do have rights. That you are in prison doesn't mean you have lost your rights under Chapter 4 of Nigerian Constitution, your fundamental rights, in particular Section 36, which is really what is relevant now. Can NNAMDI Kanu effectively prosecute his appeal, or even initiate it from that location in Sokoto? The answer is no. So what I think may play out in the coming days or weeks is to seek ways and means of ameliorating the detention conditions. The judge did not particularly order that he be detained in Sokoto. There was only one prison in Nigeria that was excluded, and that was the Kuje prison. But you know, if you check around Abuja area, the environs, there are other prisons in the vicinity. We have one in Suleja, we have in Kefi, and there are probably other prisons within 2 hours of Abuja. Those prisons would have been much better locations for detaining NNAMDI Kanu, to ensure that he's close enough to his relatives who are known to be in Abuja, his legal consultants if he still wants to deploy their services. Also is also very close to the Court of Appeal, in Abuja, which has jurisdiction over this matter, and so on and so forth. So we're looking at a situation where his right to appeal is being complicated by the current location of his imprisonment.